Hi, my name is Amir Crummel, and I'm the owner of Soulcrete, a decorative concrete business that services the entire Dallas and Fort Worth Metroplex area. Welcome to the next installment of our Job of the Month series. This one is for August 2011, and it's called Shades of Gray, How to Make a Countertop Out of Concrete. Hope you enjoy.
Here's what the cabinets look like before we started building the molds on top of them. The first step is to create a base for our molds using cement board. Cutting it to size is a dusty process. We then place the cut cement board over the cabinets and screw them into place. After installing all the bases, we can begin working on the edges for the mold. These screws will hold the edge in place when we pour the concrete. Once the edges are installed, we follow it with a quick pass with a vacuum cleaner to get all the dust out. Next, we reinstall the sink as it's an undermount sink and we'll be encapsulating it with the concrete. Just before pouring, we apply a caulk to the mold so that the wet cement doesn't go any place we don't want it to. Sometimes we'll put down a wire mesh to help minimize cracks, though it's really not necessary as we use glass fiber reinforced concrete that is really effective in controlling this. Mixing time! We add the concrete bag mix into the mixer with a few special ingredients that make it more workable, and then we pour it out and haul it over to our molds. A good old shovel and some elbow grease help us get it all into the mold. By the end of the day, we'll have mixed, wheelbarrowed, and shoveled over 1,800 pounds of concrete for this project. Once it's in the mold, we place it using a hand float. We also make sure to pack the edges. A lot of air gets trapped in the concrete during the mixing process, which creates tiny bubbles. If it doesn't get packed down tightly, these bubbles create small holes running along the entire edge of the countertop that'll need a lot of touch-up to fill in. Usually, the most critical part of the project is to level, or what we call screed, the concrete. It requires a lot of attention to detail, as if it's done incorrectly, you'll have a wavy countertop. We use a straight edge to cut through the concrete and flatten it. After leveling, we start floating the surface using a magnesium float. This helps smooth out the surface that is left over from the screeding process. This is where patience pays off, as it is a repetitive process. We float it, let it set for a while, then float it again, over and over again, until it's hard enough to where we can start the final troweling. Here we are using a steel trowel to create a smooth, hard troweled look that people love. By passing it over the hardening concrete, it burnishes it, creating the beautiful finish you can see here. After a day or so of curing to let the concrete harden up, we come back and lightly sand the surface to get rid of anything left behind from the troweling process. Here's a quick peek at what countertops look like just before sealing. They cure to a noticeably lighter color from when it was poured. That's pretty normal. What will make a difference in their final color will be the type of sealer used to protect them. Water-based sealers tend to only slightly darken the concrete, while solvent-based sealers really darken them a lot. It also affects how glossy it is. Water-based tend to be a more satin or matte, while solvent-based countertops tend to have a high gloss finish. Once the sealer has dried, we put down a bead of caulk to prevent water from going where it shouldn't. Here's the final product. The countertops have a matte finish with excellent stain protection from the water-based polyurethane sealer we applied. These came out spectacular. Concrete countertops with their richly varied finishes create a beautiful and truly unique centerpiece for your kitchen or bathroom. We hope this video has been informative, and if you have any questions about this or any other decorative concrete projects, please don't hesitate in contacting us. We service the entire Dallas and Fort Worth Metroplex area. Thank you for your time.